Good afternoon, dear students. Now, when we are isolating plasmid DNA or when we are using genomic DNA in genetic engineering experiments or for recombinant DNA technology experiments, many a times we need to analyze the size of the DNA fragment. Okay, now how to analyze the DNA fragment size? Before we analyze the DNA fragment size, we have to perform gel electrophoresis. Now, how gel electrophoresis is performed, we have already studied in previous experiments or in previous videos. I have told you how gel electrophoresis is carried out for separation of DNA molecule. Right. Now, we are going to study here how to analyze or estimate the DNA fragment size. First of all, the first thing we need to do is the DNA, any DNA sample you have is to be broken with the help of a restriction endonuclease enzyme. Restriction endonuclease we will be studying in coming lectures in detail. So for now you just understand restriction endonuclease is an enzyme. It's a restriction enzyme which cuts the DNA at specific site, specific restricted site. Okay, it will not cut the DNA anywhere, it will cut the DNA at specific site. So the first thing we need to do is, with the help of a restriction endonucleases, DNA is cut. Okay, or DNA is treated with restriction enzymes. When it is treated with restriction enzymes, a restriction digest is formed. What is a restriction digest? It contains number of DNA fragments or fragmented DNA. Restriction digest is a digest or it's a sample containing fragmented DNA. And how the DNA are fragmented or how it is broken into fragments? By the help of restriction enzyme. Now, what is the size of the DNA fragment? That depends upon the endonuclease action. So once you have fragmented the DNA, the next thing we need to do is separate the molecules by gel electrophoresis. Okay. Now all the DNA have negative charge. So when DNA is placed in electric field, it will migrate towards positive electrode, and the rate at which each fragment migrate depends upon its shape, size, electric charge. Because the electric charge is same, that's negative charge, all the fragments will move towards positive electrode. So now how they get separated? On the basis of their size, right? Now, since all DNA molecules have same charge, gel electrophoresis will separate DNA on the basis of their size. Gel is usually made up of agarose. Generally, for separating DNA, we use agarose gel. Polyacrylamide or a mixture of polyacrylamide, agarose can also be used. Okay, agarose gel is a complex network of pores through which the DNA molecules travel and reach the positive electrode. The smaller DNA molecules move faster as compared to the larger molecules in the gel. And once electrophoresis is over, we have to visualize the DNA, see the DNA, right? Excuse me. The DNA can be visualized. The DNA molecules in the gel can be visualized by staining the gel after electrophoresis or by using UV transilluminator. If you have added ethidium bromide in the gel, you can use a UV transilluminator where the DNA bands will fluoresce and you can see the bands. Now the next thing, the ethidium bromide binds to the DNA molecule separated in the gel and it will fluoresce when it is exposed to UV light, right? So the bands of the fragments or the bands of DNA will fluoresce. Now you have to analyze or estimate the size of the DNA. There are two different methods. Gel electrophoresis separates different size DNA molecules with smallest molecules traveling greater distance towards the positive electrode, or small DNA fragments travel a greater distance. Now two different methods are used to analyze the fragment size. The first method is a very precise method. Okay, that is, if several DNA fragments of various size are present, then the series of bands will appear in the gel. Okay, now to analyze the size of each fragment, the most accurate method is to make use of mathematical relationship. Okay, here we make use of mathematical relationship which connects or which links migration rate to molecular weight, which connects or which links migration rate with molecular weight. So we use a mathematical expression. What is that formula? D is equal to A minus B log of M. The D is the distance traveled, M is the molecular weight, A and B are constant that depends upon electrophoresis condition. Now, with this relevant formula, we can exactly or precisely find out the size of each DNA fragment. But this method is not generally used. We prefer using a second method. What is that? The second method is more simpler. It's more simpler. What we do is we use a standard restriction digest. This is a standard DNA, lambda phage DNA, treated with restriction enzymes like HIND3. HIND3 restriction enzyme cleaves lambda phage DNA into 8 fragments. And the size of the fragment is known. It starts from 125 base pairs to 23 kilo base pairs. Okay. So we have a ready-made DNA, you can say restriction digest. We also call it a ladder. We load it along with the sample DNA. So you have already separated the sample DNA fragments, and in one of the electrophoresis well, you separate the marker DNA or lambda DNA digest, also called as ladder. So, okay, when you do this, you have a ready-made ladder, separated fragments. You know the size of each fragment, and you compare the standard restriction digest with your sample DNA fragment and estimate the size. As the size of the each and every fragment in the standard digest, lambda digest, are known, the fragment size in the experimental digest can be estimated by comparing the position of the two band in the two track. You compare the position of the band of your sample DNA with that of the lambda restriction digest, and you can find out, you can estimate at least the size of the DNA fragment. But there is 5% error. So with 5% error, we can find out. Now, what does a restriction digest looks like? So this first one is the restriction digest of lambda DNA. The size of each band, the band is nothing but a fragment of the DNA. So each band is known to you. Now the second one is a restriction digest treated, lambda DNA treated with HIND3 and EcoR12 enzyme. So you can see more than 8 fragments here. Okay, most of the time 8 plus 6 and all. And you know the size of each band, right? Now, by the side of this ladder or standard digest, we have our experimental DNA, and compare the position of the band in the experimental DNA and the standard digest and estimate the size. This is how we analyze the size. Okay, not more precisely, but with 5% error we can find out. But using a standard restriction digest like lambda DNA ladder or 1 kb ladder is the most you can say widely used method for analyzing the size of the DNA. So that is all about analyzing the size.